And as the national anthem comes to an end, we bid you a very happy Sunday afternoon. Thanksgiving weekend, it's winding down, but still 2 more games to be played in the 15th annual Codfish Bowl. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Beacon Broadcasting Network. My name is Chris Del Sordo, calling the action for you today as your 4-4 UMass Boston Beacons host the number 6 nationally ranked Nazareth College Flyers. It was a tough first loss of the season yesterday for Nazareth College. They took a 1-1 game into overtime against number 1 ranked Bowdoin College, and they lost 2-1. The Beacons a 3-0 loss to Colby College yesterday afternoon. Let's take a look at the season statistics side by side. As you can see, it is a high-powered, high-flying attack for the Nazareth College Golden Flyers. Pardon the pun. Just under 5 goals per contest, allowing less than a goal. The Beacons, it's more of a defense-heavy presence. They have still yet to score on the power play. Nazareth College 48 shots per contest, and the Beacons with 23. Some more to cover, and we'll get to that momentarily, but we're about to face off here at the Clark Athletic Center. And so, as we drop the puck, a quick look at the starting lineups. Hannah McDougall, Katie Wilbur, Allie Riefler on the first line for the Beaks. It's Maggie Fallsgrath, Abby Luth, and Allie Watros on the ice for the Golden Flyers. Riefler off the faceoff win for the Beaks, throws it in near the right post. That's a first save for McKinley Hoff. She is an all-everything goaltender out of Anchorage, Alaska, one of 3 Alaskans playing on the ice today. And for McKinley Hoff, a career goals allowed average under 0.6. She has allowed less than 0.6 goals per contest. Victoria Kennedy, a first little test there, a loose puck near the right post. She'll cover it up, and we'll have our first stoppage in play. Our matchup to watch this afternoon features the leading goal scorer and point scorer for Nazareth College, Abby Flanagan. She's a senior, a Florida native out of Lutz, Florida. Tied for the team lead in goals with 6, tied for the team lead in points with 8 total. Allie Riefler, the sophomore out of Binghamton, New York, your player to watch for the Beaks, along with Hannah McDougall. Hannah, a captain out of Dartmouth, Massachusetts, with 3 points so far on the season and 12 goals and 5 assists in her Beacons career. Beacons win the faceoff and bring it back into their offensive zone. Cluttered up there against the left side board, and so retreating and resetting the play for the Beaks is Gabby Shantz. Melina Maggio ripping a pass through near the left side post, and Liz Cramp, who suffered a scary injury yesterday. Love to see her back on the ice. She's the first to it. Can't corral possession, and so back we go for the Golden Flyers back the other way. The Nazareth College Golden Flyers out of Nazareth, Pennsylvania. That's in eastern Pennsylvania in the Lehigh Valley near Allentown. And if you've heard of Bethlehem, Coopersburg, area that I'm very familiar with. And so I know some of the players on this team and where they come from. Very impressive start to the season for Nazareth College. Remember, they just lost their first game of the season yesterday, 6-0 coming in, and they play in the UCHC, which anyone familiar with the Philadelphia area, that's a combination of the CSAC and the Middle Atlantic Conference, the MAC. You take those 2 schools, put them together, and that's the hockey conference that Nazareth is in, and right now they are sitting atop that conference, the UCHC, with a perfect 6-0 record, and they have only allowed 7 goals in conference play. Anna Gustafson wrapping it around the back of the net. Nothing to it there as she's met by 2 Golden Flyers. Emily Harritoni, the first to it for Nazareth. And now skating up the left side board is Sydney Gurriel. Pardon me, that was Gurrelier, and she's dispossessed at the left side board. Puck is picked up on the play by Emma Webster, but Webster turns it over, and now a race to the puck. It's going to be won by Nazareth College's McKenna Wilginen. Wilginen, the second leading scorer so far on the season for the Golden Flyers. She tries to throw a stick on the pass in front. It's deflected away, but right on it is Abby Flanagan. We mentioned her at the top of the broadcast. She's open in the right slot. Centering pass goes just wide. Kennedy was there, the left post uncovered, but the shot misses wide to the left. Quickly back on it is Wilginen. Back out to the near post they go. Wilginen tries to dump it inside underneath to Korsika Skabinski, and she's dispossessed on the play by Sydney Leonard. Leonard just scored her first career goal in overtime game winner a week and a half ago at William Smith College. Dancing on through is Wilginen, and I believe it was deflected before it ever got to Victoria Kennedy, but it's still a dangerous loose puck underneath. Circling back is Skabinski. Eyes towards the middle of the net. Skabinski dispossessed. Tapped out. Wilginen slapper. It doesn't get to the goalie Kennedy. It's still loose at the feet. Abby Flanagan had a chance to get that one in towards the net. Big fight here for the puck as Emma Webster Locked in with Wilginen. Wilginen slides a pass off. Blockered away by Victoria Kennedy, but it's still dangerous here in the Nazareth College Golden Flyers zone. Wilginen back on it. Circling it around they go. Donahue across, and that pass is tipped, and it's picked off. Going back the other way and just opting for the line change is Hannah McDougall. The Beacons needed that. They get some fresh skaters on the ice. Katie Wilbert comes crashing in, but can't dispossess the puck from Abby Luth. Luth dumps it in, and once again, Nazareth College setting up shop in their offensive zone. Puck chipped away. Some contact there taken in by Katie Wilbert. She bounces back up and off it. And now this puck held deep in the right side corner. Wilbert ultimately taking it out of trouble. Allie Riefler trying to win the race to that puck and just can't do it. That was great defensive positioning out of Julia Holmes, the junior who's actually from Reading, Mass, and played for the Boston Junior Eagles in her youth career. Moved down to Pennsylvania for college hockey, and first one to the puck there to win the race and beat the icing. Nazareth College ranked 5th nationally. Untested, really, in their conference play so far, and this is their first trip up to play non-Pennsylvania opponents. They were able to handle the main school, handle them in regulation, stay tight with them, ultimately lost in overtime. Their second test now with a New England school in the form of UMass Boston. And right now it seems like Nazareth College is on the front foot. This is Abby Watros, 2 goals on the season, a little toe drag in. Nice play by Margot Butters to reach in and dispossess the puck from her. Looking back up now is Addie Buddington, and the 2 defenders combined to get this puck out of the zone. Emily Hansen now around the right wing, dances in, and she's checked hard. Great play at the last second by Ali Fujiyoshi, dispossessing a charging Emily Hansen, who was vying for her 2nd goal and 5th point on the season for the Beaks. Emily, a true freshman out of Lake Villa, Illinois. Coach Blanchard and the Beaks happy to see her contributions up to this point in the season. That's a turnover, though, in the defensive zone. Right back on it is Emily Hansen, and ultimately clearing it out of trouble, and the Beacons are able to execute the line change. But the puck's still loose at neutral ice here, and it just seems like Nazareth College, up to this point in the first 5 minutes of action, has the Beacons where they want. As I say that, Sydney Leonard dispossesses the puck, still has it on her stick, toe drag shot, it almost got through McKinley Hoff, but McKinley Hoff, just the second save she's needed to make today, and she does it very calmly and covering it up. But the Beacons finally, I think it took 5 minutes to get to this point, will have an offensive zone face-off draw. Face-off won by the Golden Flyers, but it's kept into the zone. Chopped in by Claire Giuliano, and it'll stay in as that looked like Maggio got to it first. Gustafson skating after it. Riefler trying to dispossess the puck from the Golden Flyers puck carrier, but now crashing in on the backside is McKenna Wilginen. Wilginen carrying it around the net. Some body pressure there from Katie Wilbert. Wilbert can't dispossess, and we have a whistle from the backside of the play, and I do believe it will be a penalty against, I would assume that would go against Nazareth College with the way everyone's facing, but was that just, okay, no, pardon me. Puck was played with a high stick, and that's what the referee was trying to motion. And the slow walk to the penalty box as they're trying to determine the guilty party here. Still not quite sure if this is the icing that went wrong or if somebody is due to the penalty box. Katie Wilbur was the player involved with the action. And so it is going to be Katie Wilbur in the box for holding the stick. And the first penalty against the Beaks, the first power play belonging to the Golden Flyers. That's the 5th-ranked team in the nation. We haven't even played 6 minutes yet. Not the best start with that puck in neutral ice for the Beaks. Digging in there is Hannah McDougall, and she does win the faceoff backwards, but Gabby Shantz chops it directly to a Golden Flyer. Here's Ivy Leiden, dumping the pass off back to Julia Holmes. Holmes at the top of the point, over to Leiden. Leiden walks it in. Holmes rips a slap shot through some feet, and it's blocked, handled nicely by Hannah McDougall, and she skates it out of trouble. Kaylee Kozik giving chase. Penalty kill for the Beaks right now. It's McDougall and Kaylee Kozik up front. You have Gabby Shantz on defense with Addie Buddington. Wilginen, who has seen a lot of ice time in the opening 6.5 minutes here, behind the net, and now up top they go. This is Julia Holmes. Holmes throws it in front. Puck is still loose. Great play by McDougal, but she can't clear the zone. They go back to the left near slot. Puck is deflected. Clear attempt from Gabby Schatz. Can't get it out of trouble. Nazareth with a partial line change. Kennedy, big save. She steps in front of the shot, blocks it with her chest. Puck almost clear from trouble, but it's kept into the zone by Nicole Van Stralen. Van Stralen looks back, passes it to the middle. It's deflected, and a great job by Addie Buddington to clear the zone. Penalty kill has looked good for the first minute 15. Just 45 seconds left for Katie Wilbert in the penalty box. Ali Fujiyoshi, the talented defender out of Hopkinton, Mass, charging it ahead. She lost a wheel there, but was able to recover the puck. Korsika Skabinski carries it across the blue line. Liz Cramp, great job there chopping at the puck. Borderline reckless, but she doesn't get the penalty called, and at least that brings it back to the far blue line. Nice job there by Abby Flanagan to keep it in, and now Flanagan. Oh, beautiful pass in the middle, and it's a save by Kennedy in front. Puck is still loose. Kick save by Kennedy. It's back on the stick of Van Stralen. They go all the way back out to the point, and Fujiyoshi lines that one into Ali Watros, who ripped a slap shot. It's deflected on the play by Liz Cramp. Another big block there as Margot Butters gets in front of the Flanagan shot, and this puck does stay in the zone. Beacons do kill the penalty. Katie Wilbert back onto the bench. Sydney Leonard, the extra skater, out now. And now, pardon me, it's Adriana Crepaldi on the ice for the Beaks. Nice job there on the PK for the Beaks, and out of the zone by the freshman Mia Boyd. No icing called here as Boyd and Leonard giving chase. Sydney can't dispossess the puck from Fujiyoshi. And once again, Allie with eyes ahead can't link up with Fallsgraf on the play, and so this puck just still loose at neutral ice. 8.5 minutes into this contest here in the 15th annual Codfish Bowl. Beacons 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. And I believe this was just a puck played in offsides. And yeah, we'll skate it back. 2 shots on goal for the Beacons, 2 saves by McKinley Hoff, 5 shots on net for the Nazareth College Golden Flyers, and Victoria Kennedy, a couple of tough moments there, but she's 5 for 5 still on the night. Look at that, the Beacons win the face-off in front, and Anna Gustafson clears it up. Wow, the puck was loose for a split second after the face-off win, and Gustafson, one of the tallest players on the roster, in front of the net, gets the stick to it first. And how about this? 8.5 minutes into the contest, and your UMass Boston Beacons are in front of the number 5 team ranked in the nation, 1-0, thanks to Anna Gustafson's first goal of the season and 7th goal of her Beacons career. It's the 8:23 mark, Anna Gustafson. No word on the assist yet. We'll get that to you when we have it. Now let's see if Nazareth just jumps right back in on the attack. They win the faceoff. That puck is still loose, kind of under Victoria Kennedy. She's ultimately able to cover it up and clear out the play. Well, our head coaching matchup today features 2 coaches at the beginning of their careers enjoying some immediate success. We'll touch on that in a split second here as that face-off in a dangerous spot, won by the Beacons. Big face-off win there to get that one out of trouble. So there we go. The score is official. The goal belongs to Anna Gustafson, her first of the season. Sydney Leonard, the lone assist. That is her first assist of the season. She now has 2 points on the year. And the Beacons, surprising, but they're out in front. Just 3 shots on goal, and they get 1 past the great McKinley Hoff. But this puck is loose out in front. Rebound and a big play to get it out of trouble by Gabby Schatz, and that clears the ice. Korsika Skabinski bearing in on Victoria Kennedy. She gets the first save, allows a pretty juicy rebound there, but it's out of trouble. Butters backtracking. Tried to thread that one through to McDougal, nothing there. Gabriella DeMeo first to it. And now the Golden Flyers have something here with the Beacons a bit out of position. Skabinski dancing that one in. Can't get it through Margot Butters. Nice job there. Emily Hansen, nice little toe drag to get it ahead to Kaylee Kozik. Kozik going to stay out on the ice while the rest of the Beacons change and now forces the turnover. Puck loose in front. Shoveled shot goes high and just misses high and wide. Wow, the Beacons with 2 big scoring opportunities right there thanks to the Kaylee Kozik effort. A chance to surprisingly increase that lead right now as it sits at 1-0. Hoff with her 4th save of the afternoon just then. And now the puck turned over off the skate. Liz Cramp back on into the right wing. Cramp down the right side board into the corner. She gets dispossessed. Great body check there applied by, that's Audrey Donahue to keep Emma Webster at bay. And now Donahue to Watros. Watros shovels that backhand in, can't find the top left corner of the net. And the turnover forced on the play by the Beaks. They still have to get it out of the zone here as Nazareth, big back check up to this point in the contest. In the first 11 minutes, they've been applying the pressure, but Liz Cramp dances through 2 defenders. Toe drag, puck still on her stick, and she can't get a shot off there. Great last-ditch defending by Julia Holmes as Liz Cramp danced around 3 different Golden Flyers. Holmes was the last line of defense. Liz tried one more toe drag and just couldn't get around her. There's Adriana Kropaldi with some open space, tries to wrist that one through. It's blocked by the skate of Ali Fujiyoshi, who's had a busy afternoon in this first period for the Golden Flyers. This one's taken out of trouble by Emily Haritani, or pardon me, that's Sophia Nortz, number 19 for the Golden Flyers, but she loses the puck to Mia Boyd. Big collision at center ice as Sydney Leonard has to pick herself up, and she'll make her way back to the bench. That happened right in front of the referee. It was legal contact. Pushing it ahead for the Beaks is Adriana Kropaldi, and she ultimately gets it across the red line and dumps it in. Beaks are the first 2 to the puck. They might have something deep in the right corner here. Emily Haritani fighting with Katie Wilbert. Wilbert giving up a bit of a size advantage to Haritani, but that puck is still loose. And Hannah McDougall joining the effort. She's going to win it out of trouble for the Beaks. Wow, great play and recovery, though, by Haritani as she gets it back. Allie Riefler skating to it in the left corner. Tries to center it in front for Wilbert. Can't do it. McDougall and Riefler converging on the puck in the corner. Morgan Leuenberger doing everything she can to keep the 2 at bay. And ultimately, Nazareth, as you'll see the number 5 ranked team in the nation do, they win it out of trouble, but they clear it right into their bench. And so we'll get another offensive zone face-off. Coach Danielle Blanchard, the head coach for the Beacons, 500 in her career right now. She's 17-17, looking for a win today. That might get her back on the positive side of 500. This is her 2nd season, and she played her college hockey at SUNY Plattsburgh. Chris Baudo, the head coach for the Golden Flyers. It's his 5th season. All 5 of his seasons spent at Nazareth College. He is a 2000 graduate of Hamilton College in New Jersey. Phenomenal record. Oh, look at this toe drag and a beautiful goal to boot. Abby Luth got past every Beacon, and then just to add it on top, a little dazzle with the puck between the legs and beating Victoria Kennedy glove side. Well, the Beacons held the lead for 4 minutes, but at the 13:26 mark, Abby Luth lights the lamp for Nazareth to knot this game up, back at 1 apiece. For Luth, it is her 3rd goal of the season, and she now leads all Golden Flyers with 9 points on the year. We'll get the assist for you momentarily, but at 13:26, Abby Luth on a breakaway with a beautiful toe drag to boot knots this game up at 1 apiece. Well, there was a lot going on around Beaconville yesterday, including the first 2 games of the Codfish Bowl, 3 basketball games, and everybody wondering if we would just be ready and awake and alert and alive for hockey today at noon. Both of these teams coming firing out the gate. Both of the teams have lit the lamp already, and now we might be settling in to a hard-fought affair. So Fallsgraf gets the assist on the Luth goal, along with Watros. We'll take a look at it right here. The puck turned over in neutral zone, a beautiful toe drag, and then she goes between the legs as well to beat Victoria Kennedy. Hang that up in your highlight reel, Abby Luth. That's a play to remember for the grad student out of Dartmouth, Mass. Beacons win the faceoff in the offensive zone, but then lose it after 2 players collide with each other. This is Maggie Faltzgraf, just got one of the assists on the play. Watros almost danced right through 3 Beacons defenders, instead turns it over, and now here's Gustafson, the clapper in from the blue line, and it's gloved in by McKinley Hoff, and she wisely holds. If nothing else, the Beacons are forcing offensive zone draws here. In the first 5 minutes of the game, it was really all Nazareth on the front foot. Then Anna Gustafson got the goal off of an offensive zone draw, and you've seen the puck that's kind of spent equal time on both sides of the ice. Face-off won by Nazareth. That's a big win for them after they had been kind of falling flatter in that face-off battle. Katie Wilbert, though, can't corral the puck. And Julia Holmes and Emily Haratani playing a two-man game here to try and clear the zone. It doesn't get out, though, past Emma Webster, who keeps it in. Pass down low. Wilbur looking for the centering pass. It's deflected and almost stayed on the stick of Hannah McDougall. But now here's Nazareth. The Golden Flyers with a 2-on-2. Instead, they opt for the dump and chase. And they'll just go for the line change. They might have had something there. Instead, Mia Boyd carrying it out of trouble. Right to Allie Riefler, who promptly turns it over at the hands of Sydney Gorelier. Wilbert fighting, thought she had it. Wow, now a beautiful chip over the top. Wilbert taken down. No whistle, and so we play on. Ali Fujiyoshi, she's been moving the puck out of the zone all afternoon long for Nazareth College. Tasked with that again, she's along the near left side board. It's one back to Mia Boyd. Eyes ahead for the Beacons. Emily Haratani pestering her, and so Boyd gonna pace this one back and reset. That pass intended for Sydney Leonard. A little too much mustard on that one as Leonard can't come up with it. Kristen Briggs out there for the Beaks as well. So the offensive line, Hansen, Kozik, and Briggs, with Butters and Boyd on the defensive end for the Beaks. Walking this one around is Watro. She has an assist on the day. Circles it up top to DeMeo. DeMeo, it's deflected in front. Kennedy blockers it aside and then puts it in her glove. And that will take us to a whistle. 4:55 left to go here in the first period. Beacons won, Golden Flyers won. The Beacons scoring first on Anna Gustafson's first goal of the season. It was thanks to a face-off win by Sydney Leonard in the offensive zone. About 5 minutes after that, Abby Luth countered with her third goal of the season off of a brilliant steal, a toe drag to free up some space, and then a nice little dangle at the end to beat Victoria Kennedy. And we're knotted up at one apiece. Great job there by Gabby Schantz. She had to retreat pretty deep in the zone, ultimately wins the puck free. And back come the Golden Flyers down the right sideboard. Ali Watros wrists it in, misses wide, but the deflection headed towards Maggie Fallsgraf. Fujiyoshi down low. Fallsgraf centering pass. Great defensive play there by Gabby Schantz to clear the zone. And how about this? Adriana Crepaldi was ahead of the pack slightly, and then skates collided, and it knocks her off her course. And that's a timely stop for the Golden Flyers. Riefler pokes it ahead of the blue line, can't keep the puck corralled, and once again, Nazareth probing ahead. They turn it over. Giuliano looks ahead to Riefler with some help there from the linesman. The puck got caught up in their skates, and now it's still in the Beacon zone. Riefler turns. Great deflection on the play there by Kate Cassio. She turned, and that wrister was just kind of in her abdomen. She blocks it away, and Nazareth going back the other way. We're still knotted at one apiece here. Nazareth leading in the shot department. They've put 10 on net so far, the Beaks with 4. This one cycled around, trying to get out of trouble is Hannah McDougall, but instead, Ivy Leiden's physical presence pushes that puck deep into the corner. Halfway cleared out of trouble, but not out of the zone entirely, and it's in neutral ice now for Abby Flanagan. Dances ahead, tries to get the entry pass into McKenna Wilginen. Can't do it. And the Beacons luck into a nice line change here. Now Riefler and Wilbert working a two-man game. Kristen Briggs giving chase. This puck is on sides. Beacons will take the line change here. As Sophia Nortz, for a split second, had a head full of steam. She got dispossessed on the play by Kaylee Kozik. Once again, this Golden Flyers attack, though, it is not saying quit. They go right back deep behind the net, turn it over, and here comes Emma Webster with some room to operate. Kozik on her right. Kaylee Kozik down the right wing. Looks for the angled shot. It's stick saved away by McKinley Hoff, but it's still behind the net here. Kristen Briggs with the body presence. It looked like Briggs might have gotten hit in the wrist or the hand on that play as she skated away kind of gingerly. Looked like she was trying to shake out her wrist, but the puck's still loose. Briggs now around the right corner board, wanting to circle it back into the middle. That's Kozik trying to dispossess it. Ultimately, it's one to the Golden Flyers. And Sophia Nortz walking it through and just opting for the dump it. Beacons doing everything they can to keep this game right now at 1-1. Really comparable to some of the World Cup games that you've been, if anyone's been tuning into the World Cup right now, where you have the team that knows it's the underdog and feels pretty content with just sitting and keeping the game where it is right now. We have a whistle, and it looks like the Beacons will have a power play here, as I believe Ali Watros is headed to the penalty box for a trip. Or are they going to call Hansen on that? No, it is Ali Watros, the guilty party, and that's huge for the Beaks. This is a player with 42 points in 71 career games. She already has an assist today. The Beacons, for the first time, they have the power play, and it'll be for the last 2 minutes of this first period. 2:02 on the game clock, and so a nice spot for the Beacons to just wind down period number 1 with a man advantage. They've been playing a little behind the action in even strength hockey. They were able to get an even strength goal, but let's see how they look with a man up. Dancing in, wrister is deflected in off of Hannah McDougall's shot. Kept into the zone by Addie Buddington. Buddington across to Gabby Shantz. Shantz at the right point, down low. Wrister gets through some bodies, but the rebound from McDougall doesn't find the target. That was Sydney Leonard testing McKinley Hoff. Just 5 shots on goal now for the Beaks, but they've all arrived with some danger attached. Kate Cassio circling it behind the net for Nazareth. It's been a controlled first 40 seconds of the penalty kill for the Golden Flyers, and they tried there to spring the attack from McKenna Wilgeden. She gets cut off nicely by Allie Riefler. Back come the Beaks, Sydney Leonard at the blue line, but she's dispossessed. Very nice play by Nicole Von Stralen, the grad student out of Bloomfield, New York. And once again, for a split second, it looked like Nazareth was considering going on the attack in this PK. They retreat. This puck is going to be onside because of the collision. So how fast can Gustafson get to it? Not fast enough to keep it in the zone. And a very well-executed play there, cycled around the backside board, but for the second time, that puck cleared directly into the bench. And so this is going to give the Beacons a fortuitous face-off draw spot. We'll head right back to the left side circle of the Beacons' offensive zone. This is where they won it the last time. The last time it was Leonard winning the face-off to Gustafson. Now Katie Wilbert in the center circle. She wins it backward all the way to Margot Butters. Butters is going to walk in on the left wing and scores! Margot Butters on the power play. Her second goal, goal number 3 of the season. She just walked it in from the left wing. They gave her some room, and she takes those 2 extra steps in and beats McKinley Hoff for the second time today. This time, they beat her high and stick side. At the 19:23 mark, for the 3rd time this season, Margot Butters finds Twine. She does it on the power play, and the Beacons are back up in this contest 2-1. How about that? Both goals come from offensive zone face-off wins. That face-off was one back to Butters, one pass over to the other defenseman, right back to Margot, and she was able to walk in. She has such an accurate shot from the blue line. That wasn't a slapper, more of a snapshot, more of just a twisted wrister, and it finds the target. 16 seconds left in the first period. Katie Wilbert diving in there and looked like she got upended on the play, no whistle. How about that? The first power play goal of the year for the Beacons. It took them 9 games to get one, but they get it against the number 5th ranked team in the nation, and that'll bring us to the end of the first period. Can't lie to you guys, a bit of a surprising scoreline in the scoreboard at the Barrie Ice Rink right now. But through 20 minutes, your UMass Boston Beacons leading the 5th ranked Nazareth College Golden Flyers 2-1. We'll take a little break, and when we come back, first period numbers and a scoring summary after this on the Beacon Broadcasting Network.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
What separates UMass Boston from other schools is the fact that a large percentage of students commute. For me, it takes 2 hours each day to go to and from school, but every second has been worth it because the students that come here are serious about learning, they value their education, and understand where it'll take them in the future. This is what UMass Boston means to me.
Moving from Turkey, it was a rough journey for me because when you don't really speak the language that well and when you don't really fit in the crowd, it's very easy to disappear. But I decided not to give up, and UMass helped me.
UMass Boston was my first choice because when I came to the campus, I saw that there was a lot of diversity, there's a lot of people. Here there is a lot of international students, so it's really cool to meet people from different countries, different parts of the world. I'm Julia Murphy, I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
I'm Olivia Murphy, I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
We're sisters. I play volleyball and she plays basketball. Here they have a freshman success community. So each major has their own community that you can join as a freshman, and you take classes with them, you do study groups with them. So it was really helpful getting to know people in your major right away.
So in health exercise sciences, we have an internship at the end, or it's so much better to have like an advisor helping you out, like telling you which classes to choose.
People at UMass Boston, they're here because they know they can have an impact, not just on research, but on people, on their students.
This is just a starting point. It only has potential to grow, and it has a big potential to grow up.
You're really having a direct impact on people's lives, and you can see that now, and you can see that years from now.
So I think it's becoming like a place that people want to go.
What UMass Boston is able to offer to its young people certainly stands out to that mission that was set right out in the beginning. It's something UMass Boston should be and can be very proud about.
Welcome back inside the Edward T. Berry Ice Rink. We are in the first intermission. 3 goals in the first period, and maybe rather surprisingly, 2 of them from the Beaks. It was the Beacons that got the scoring started 8 minutes and 23 seconds into the first period when Sydney Leonard won a faceoff at the left side circle of the offensive zone, won it back to Anna Gustafson, who beat McKinley Hoff for her first goal of the season and her 7th goal in her Beacons career. Didn't take long for the Golden Flyers to have an answer, though. Abby Luth forcing a turnover in neutral zone ice, toe dragging around 2 Beacons defenders, and then going between the legs to beat Victoria Kennedy for her 3rd goal of the season. She was assisted on the play by Ali Watros and Maggie Falsgraf. And then it looked like we were headed towards a 1-1 tie at the end of 1, but the Beaks are able to draw a penalty with 2:02 left on the clock, and then a minute 25 into that power play, once again, a left side circle offensive zone draw. This time it was won back by Katie Wilbert to Margot Butters. They give her just a couple couple feet too many of room to step into, and that beautiful left-handed wrister from Margot tucked right inside the top left corner, beating McKinley Hoff for her third goal of the season. So the Beacons leading 2-1. Take a look at the side-by-side statistics here through one, and the Golden Flyers, I want to say they were on the front foot, and that's more out of just caution, knowing that they're a dangerous team. They're the 5th-ranked team nationally at the Division III level right now. But this game feels a bit in the balance for a 2-1 Beacons lead. Nazareth, twice as many shots as UMass Boston. They put 14 on net, the Beacons with 7. 13 saves by Victoria Kennedy, 6 saves by McKinley Hoff. The Beacons, they've only won 5 of the 17 faceoffs today, but 2 of them crucial wins leading directly to the goals. And for the first time this season, the Beacons converting on a power play. 0 of 15 in 15 prior opportunities, 1 of 1 today. If we could take a quick sneak peek at the Beaks here, a lot happened yesterday. One game to look forward to today, but a real quick rundown of all of the action. So women's basketball defeating Clark. That was an 11 a.m. game yesterday. A lot of us spent all day here at Beaconville. They win. Meg Dixon goes for 25 points, 15 rebounds, and how do you do? 5 assists as well in the 12-point victory. Ladies basketball 5-1 on the season. Women's hockey yesterday, it was a hard-fought game. It was 1-0 for about 50 minutes, then 2 late goals icing the win for Colby College. They beat the ladies 3-0 yesterday. Same score for the men. They head up to New Hampshire, where they were blanked by Colby College 3-0. And then the score isn't up there, but it was a 22-point win for men's basketball. A fun game, a 20-point performance for the true freshman Xavier McKenzie. The men's basketball team wins 81-59, moving them to 2-2 on the season. The one game still to look forward to this weekend, the men are up in Brunswick, Maine at Bowdoin College. That puck drops at 4 p.m. And then very quickly, we'll take a look around the NEHC with women's ice hockey today. 2 games involving NEHC competition. Elmira College, who the Beacons put up a good fight against the Golden Eagles there. That's the #1 team ranked nationally right now in Division III hockey. And they're playing at SUNY Plattsburgh. That time to be announced. Salem State, a team that the Beacons were victorious over earlier this season. They are in Hartford, Connecticut, playing Trinity College at 6 p.m. And so that'll do it for our first intermission roundup here. We'll send it back to the commercials, pay some more bills. Don't go far, because we will be back in 7 minutes with period number 2 on the Beacon Broadcasting Network, brought to you by LittleEast.tv. Right now, Beacon's leading the Golden Flyers 2-1.
UMass Boston women's basketball at home Tuesday night, taking on Colby Sawyer College. The Beacons looking to move to 2-0 on the young season. And early on, it would be all sunny green. Sabela Jensen with the miss from the corner. Green cleans up the boards, lays it home. Beacons ahead by 3 early on in this one. And then Green yet again a little while later gets this one on the inbound from Jensen. Jumper from the LEC logo puts the Beacons ahead by 6. But some shooting woes in the first quarter would find the Beacons behind by 3, and they would turn that around real quickly as Meg Dixon with the jumper right there. And then Sonny Green from beyond the arc bangs this one home, nothing but net. Beacons ahead 17-15. And then a back and forth quarter would ensue. Sonny Green from the corner now from Dixon in the middle knocks that one down. The Beacons ahead by 3, and then trailing 22-20, the Beacons go on a 7-0 run to finish off the second quarter, and it culminates in Carrie Ann Farina's buzzer beater 3 from beyond half court. And the Beacons swing momentum in their favor going into the locker room. And coming out of the locker room, the momentum would continue as the Beacons make it a 10-0 run to start the third quarter. And in fact, between the second and third quarter would go on a total of 17 straight points before Colby Sawyer would hit a basket, as you say. Paige Olivier with the miss right there. Sabela Jensen cleans up the board, lays it up. And the Beacons continue to expand that lead as the Colby Sawyer Chargers forced to call timeout. But the Beacons would just continue from there as it's Meg Dixon from beyond the arc. Nails that one. The Beacons now up double digits. And then Sonny Green capping it off, continuing her hot night. This one from the right side. An and one opportunity as she's fouled on the 3-point attempt. Green finished the game with her first double-double in her career. 15 points, 10 rebounds. In the fourth quarter, the Chargers would threaten. Marissa Holt with that three-pointer would cut the Beacon lead to just 10, but then a 12-0 run from the Beacons would help secure the win as Sabela Jensen with the steal right there lays it home, and the Beacons re-up their lead to 13. But they were not done yet. They would go up by as many as 22 points in this one as Olivier from beyond the arc nails that three. The Beacons now stretch that lead to 15 and force the Chargers to call a timeout with just over 4 minutes left. But Olivier again, this one from the right side, working in her defender, gets it in. Tough layup, falls. The Beacons lead continues to stretch out. Carrie-Ann Farina, explosive from the left side, lays it up and in. And now the Beacons up by 20 points. That would put a dagger in it. And then Sabela Jensen caps it all off with a nice pass from Sierra Brigham to lay it up and in. The Beacons go up by 22 points and end up winning this one 59-41 over the Chargers. The Beacons now will head on the road to the Hunter College Invitational this Friday and Saturday in New York City. UMass Boston men's basketball in their 2022-23 home opener against Colby Sawyer College on Tuesday night in the Clark Athletic Center. Just before Thanksgiving break, it would be the night for Malik Lorquette, the big man, with an early 4-0 run for the Beacons right here, getting an early layup. And then right here in the post against Connor Kelly to give the Beacons a 4-0 lead right off the bat. Lorquette, a short while later, would hit back-to-back free throws right here and make it 11-7 Beacons. But the Chargers would come back, and they would get their first lead of the game as Scott Lampron would pull up right here for three on the transition. Colby Sawyer takes the lead 13-11, but then Malik Lorquette just going right back to work on the other end, down 16-13. A beautiful pass from Emmanuel Zayas to Mariano Olivier Rodriguez over to Lorquette for that layup. And then off the Olivier Rodriguez miss right here, you see Lorquette's going to get the board and lay it home. Beacons within one, and then Xavier McKenzie would give the Beacons the lead 19-18 with this driving layup right here before Colby Sawyer would go on a 13-2 run capped off by this Omar Boone three-pointer up top to give Colby Sawyer a 10-point advantage. But the Beacons would not go quietly as Tommy Burris right here on the pass from Zayas with the three-pointer. The Beacons within 7, and then right after that, Burris is going to find Ike Alua up top for 3, and now the Beacon deficit is just 4. Malik Lorquette, with the Beacons still down 4, is going to get his 10th rebound in the first half alone, which would give him his double-double already. Lorquette in 18 minutes had 18 points and 12 boards, and then Emmanuel Zayas right before the end of the first half lays it up and in. Beacons within 1 going into the second half, and it would be a thrilling second half. We pick it up with about 11 minutes to go in regulation. 59-57, Colby Sawyer and Xavier McKenzie right down the pipe to tie it up at 59 all, and then Lorquette double teamed, one man lays off. It's just him and Boone on the baseline, one-on-one. The reverse layup falls, 61-59 Beacons. Lorquette again with the game tied up. Bobby Joy, no-look pass, baseline. Lorquette, yes. Beacons in front, 63-61. However, the Chargers would go on a big run right here to take a 10-point lead, but the Beacons would again roar back. 6 minutes to go. Bobby Joy up top, bangs it home. Beacons back within 7. A short while later, it's Olivier Rodriguez from the corner. 3. Yes, he's got it, and it's a 4-point game. And then Emmanuel Zayas off of the miss down low by Lorquette, who was double-teamed, and then against Kelly one-on-one, you're going to see Boone just throw it away right there. Zayas picks his pocket, and the Beacons now within 2. Now the Beacons trailing by 4. Olivier Rodriguez nails the 3. They're back within 1, and then Xavier McKenzie with the go-ahead layup right here with 3 minutes to go, puts the Beacons up by 1, 77-76. Omar Boone would get a pair of free throws with a minute to go in regulation. Colby Sawyer now up 78-77, forcing UMass Boston to call a timeout, set something up. And they really didn't have to set anything up. As you see right here, it was the defense that does the work. Malik Lorquette getting the ball away from Connor Kelly, lays it home. He wanted the foul, but the Beacons have a 1-point lead with just over 18 seconds remaining in regulation. And then Omar Boone would finish.
And a very well-timed slide out from that highlight because it didn't end well for the Beacons. They ended up dropping that game to Colby Sawyer College, 81-80. But let's get back to a game in which the Beacons are in front right now. Your UMass Boston Beacons leading the number 5th ranked Nazareth College Golden Flyers 2-1 through 1. We are underway, and just for the 6th time tonight, the Beacons win a faceoff, promptly turn it over in neutral ice. And let's see what head coach Chris Baudo and these Golden Flyers drew up in the locker room. You know, their first loss of the season was yesterday against Bowdoin, and cards on the table, that was the only close game that Nazareth has had all season. Might have another one here with the Beacons lined up across from them. And wouldn't that be sweet for the Beacons to send this Nazareth College team back home? They started this weekend ranked 5th in the nation. Wouldn't that be nice if the Beacons were able to hold on here and send them home 2 losses on their New England road trip? A lot of hockey left until we get to that point, and this is a very talented Nazareth team in front of us here. Anna Gustafson, Margot Butters, the 2 goal scorers for the Beaks. Abby Luth, the lone goal scorer for the Golden Flyers. And we're 1 minute through the action here in the second period, and the puck's still deep in the Beacons' offensive zone. Gabby Shantz throws a stick at it, but she can't tip it to keep it back in. And now dancing ahead for the Golden Flyers is Wilginen. Her shot goes just wide. It's kept in, not in the zone, and that puck hit a player on the Golden Flyers bench. And that's the 3rd time that a clear attempt has gone in there. You know, they're hockey players, so A, they're tough, B, they are well protected from events like that, but that's risky business right there. That's the 3rd time that a puck has just been rifled into that Golden Flyers bench. Everybody okay? And so now a blue line face-off here along the left side board. And it's won backwards by Emily Hansen, and so the Beacons 2 for 2 in face-off wins, but the puck loose in neutral ice. Nicole Van Stralen got to it, puts the shot up wide. Turnover forced on the play by McKenna Wilginen. She wheels it back to Zoe Dupuis. Circling it around the backboards go the Golden Flyers. Beaks first to it, and it's touched out of trouble on the play by Kaylee Kozik. Kozik giving chase, but now this puck on a dangerous spot for Olivia Miller-Johnson. Along the left wing, tried to center it back in the direction of Wilginen, and it's just behind her too far. Here's Liz Cramp, head full of steam, just can't win the race to the puck. That's Ali Fujiyoshi, who has been the player of the game on defense for Nazareth. She has had her hands full all day long. She wins the race, and this sets up Nazareth back down the ice the other way along the left side board. Kozik chips it ahead to Gustafson. Once again, Fujiyoshi going to be the first to it. What's her play? Gustafson wraps her up in the corner. Some late help there from Nicole Van Stralen to push this one ahead. And by the time Claire Giuliano touches it up, she's all the way back behind Victoria Kennedy with 2 Golden Flyers pestering her on either side. Nazareth College in their road purple sweaters with gold lettering in numerals and white trim along with black pants. Very nice look. The Beacons in their home white uniforms with black shoulder plates, blue pants, blue lettering and numerals, and black trim. A bit of a jersey clash here as Emily Haratani, the defenseman, a little toe drag around, and she just got a little too cute with it. It takes her out of the shooting zone, but she's still on the puck behind the net. Mia Boyd takes a spill on that. Entry pass in, intended for Morgan Leuenberger, and she gets it back at the point. Easily intercepted on the play by Emma Webster, and here comes Emma walking it through. She's got some room to operate here before pushed off down the left side board. She'll take it behind the net. No stress in the game right now for Emma Webster. Nice controlled job there, keeping it alongside the boards. The Beacons were able to swap out the defensive unit, but Nazareth College with a bit of a coordinated rush up the ice here. And here's Abby Flanagan, 2-on-1, has a man to her right. Saved by Victoria Kennedy along the right side post. And that's a big one as it's the 15th save made already for the junior out of Winthrop, Massachusetts. You knew that for the Beacons to have a chance in this game today, they would need a big performance out of Victoria Kennedy. And Victoria not showing any indications of not rising to the occasion. Looking at her numbers on the season, she's played in 6 of the 8 Beacons games, 2-2 on the year. She's made 187 saves coming into action today. So with that, her 15th save today, she already has made 202 saves on the season. Gotta love that out of your goaltender. Beacons now keeping it in the zone. Buddington tried to slide a pass through to Riefler. Wilbert gets to it. Behind the net, around they go. Riefler slapped at that one. Pretty big shot. It's kicked aside by Hoff. Goes to the left sideboard. McDougal first to it for the Beaks, and she's still on it deep in the left corner. She had won the race to the puck, but then chopping in is Korsika Skabinski. She'll take it deep into the corner, and ultimately it's Julia Holmes winning it out of trouble for Nazareth College. Cross-ice pass intended back for Skabinski. She can't get to it in time. Touched up by Buddington, and the Beaks will get to walk it all the way back the length of the ice for an offensive zone draw here. It looked like Nazareth College tried to sneak in a little line change here for their defense, but Gabriella DeMeo set back to the bench, and so you have Julia Holmes and Audrey Donahue still back there on the defensive end, probably a bit winded. That's a huge face-off win for Nazareth. It could potentially give them a chance to go for a line change. Hansen, for a split second, deflected that puck free. It's ultimately won back by Nazareth, but they're still deep in their zone here. Turned over forced by Liz Cramp. She looks over towards Emily Henson deep in the left corner. Puck will nestle in there. Cramp applying the pressure. They win the puck back free. Liz, it's still at her skates. Pokes it back. It does get to Giuliano. Or no, pardon me, that's Melina Maggio back there on the left corner blue line. And now we're along the right sideboard. Puck nestled in. Kozik wins it. Kozik walks in. It's kicked away by Hoff. No trouble there. Centering pass with a dangerous spot for Hansen, but it gets through all the Beacons and will roll it all the way back into the Nazareth College zone. Gotta like that little scoring opportunity set. A minute of sustained play in the offensive zone for the Beacons. They don't come out with a goal, but looking very much ready for the occasion, ready for the moment. That pass centered in. Kennedy comes out, gets to it first, collides with Fujiyoshi. The Golden Flyers keep it in the zone. It just barely stays in. Great play there by Gabriella DeMeo backing up the action. She puts it back deep in. Butters hacks at it, can't get it out of the zone, but it is walked out of the zone ultimately by Sydney Leonard. And now Anna Gustafson and Leonard first two to the puck. Fujiyoshi dances, can't get it around Gustafson. Now Leonard and Gustafson first two on the puck, and we might be here for a while. There's a leverage situation going on as that puck flips up, and Fujiyoshi, that's a brilliant job there to get that puck out of trouble, but she skates right back into trouble as Sydney Leonard is being a menace along these boards here. Leonard finally gave Fujiyoshi a second to breathe, and she takes it out of trouble, but then the turnover forced by McDougal. Leonard throws a shot in, it misses wide off the side net. Crashing in on that play was Crapaldi. Taking a minute to get up, but now McDougal, and you love to see this. Beacons just milking, bleeding time off this clock here, keeping it in the zone. Coach Blanche got to love to see this with the Beacons opting to just take it deep into the corners and keep it there. But right now, that leads to a situation like this, a 3-on-1. Watchros in, glove save. That shot was going wide anyway. Victoria Kennedy opts to snag it with the glove. And so we'll take a quick minute to catch our breaths here. 7 minutes into the second period, the score remains 2-1. 25 shots in total now for Nazareth College, 17 of them on net. The Beaks have taken 14 shots, 9 on goal. Just 7 saves so far and 9 opportunities for McKinley Hoff, who entered today with a 94% save percentage and a 95.8% career save percentage. These numbers will alter that ever so slightly, especially because it was 2 goals on the first 8 shots of the contest for the Beaks. They put just 2 shots on net here in the second period, but might be in a position to muster up a third. Wilbur down the left side board. She's met by Ivy Leiden, who promptly dispossesses her and takes her out of the play. And now Leiden, the sophomore out of Tomah, Wisconsin, tasked with taking it out of trouble. It's a turnover for the Golden Flyers, but Leiden back to it. She'll scoot it all the way along the boards, and they'll use the bend very nicely to set up Nicole Von Strahlen, taking on Liz Cramp, and that happened right in front of the referee. Puck carried in offsides, and so we'll go right back to the red dot. Here near the blue line, it'll be a right sideboard draw in neutral ice. Haratani lined up across from Hansen, and Hansen wins it back. Face-up numbers getting back to the median. The The Beacons won just 5 of 17 faceoffs in the first period, but 2 of those faceoffs wins led directly to the 2 goals that the Beacons scored. Still holding that 2-1 lead as Kaylee Kozak comes crashing in along the blue line. That puck loose in the middle of the defensive zone and flipped out of trouble. Nothing to it there by Emily Hansen. I have to constantly remind myself and you, the viewing audience, that she is just a true freshman. Plays so composed, such a contained hockey game. Her, along with Emma Webster, another youngster on the team, they just don't get sped up out there. It's very nice to see freshmen playing composed hockey the way that those 2 youngsters have so far this season for the Beacons. Speaking of Emma Webster, here she is, walking it out of the defensive zone, dancing around 2 defenders. Let's keep it going. Webster angling out towards the left side corner. Back to the net. That was a very nice centering look intended for Liz Cram. Cram can't hammer it home, though. But Cripaldi is the first to it, but then she takes a spill, and here comes Fujiyoshi. But she's promptly dispossessed on the play by Claire Giuliano. Giuliano loses it to Olivia Miller-Johnson. And now a mad dash behind Victoria Kennedy as the Beacons looking to take it out of the zone. Bad turnover there, and a great play crashing in by Emma Webster at the last second, dispossessing the puck from the Golden Flyers. And now as they turn behind the net, an opportunity to rush back up the left side board. Giuliano intended that pass for Gustafson. Got to applaud the effort by Cripaldi, but she doesn't win the race. So that's going to be an icing with 5 tired Beacons on the ice. It looks like both Gustafson and Webster going to take some time here. And after a referee's discussion, it looks like a whole change here for the Beaks. So no icing. Instead, 5 new players aside, and we'll have an offensive zone draw here for the Golden Flyers. Abby Flanagan lining up across from Katie Wilbert. Wilbert wins it for the Beaks. That's a huge face-off win, but now a tough task for Mia Boyd to take this one out of trouble. Bodies collide and a player goes flying. That's Korsika Skabinski for the Golden Flyers. She's right back up on her skates, but the Beacons with the puck here, trying to clear it for Victoria Kennedy. Boyd takes a big spill. Butters is back there to clean it up, but her back is to the defense. She has to spin it back, and she turns it over. First to it is Kate Cassio, who dumps it in for Nazareth. Wilbert back to it again. Now to McDougall. Good thought there from Hannah McDougall, but instead it leads to a momentary turnover. And yes, Golden Flyers shot lifted high by Sophia Nortz. Testing Victoria Kennedy, she misses the frame of the net. We're more than halfway through this hockey game, folks. 9:45 left to go, and your UMass Boston Beacons still in front of the number 5 nationally ranked Nazareth College Golden Flyers by a score of 2-1. Anna Gustafson and then Margot Butters on the power play, the 2 goal scorers up to this point for the Beaks. Boyd keeps it in and just sends it in to Tess Hoff. That one's, pardon me, it slides away from Hoff, and it almost just scuttered inside that left side post. I don't think McDougall saw that entry puck, and so it's controlled by Kate Cassio. Now the Beacons caught in a line change. Here comes McKenna Wilgen and slaps, and it's a glove save from Victoria Kennedy. That comes at a nice time because the Beacons were behind the 8 ball after not the best executed line change. Wilgenen opts for the slap shot. No rebound after the glove save by Victoria Kennedy. And we'll do it again. It seems like almost every faceoff has been in this right side circle in the Golden Flyers offensive zone. 28 shots now for the Golden Flyers, 18 of them on target. And Kennedy, 17 saves already this afternoon. Puck one backwards, Buddington to Cramp. Very nifty play by Liz Cramp now, and Cramp and Kozik giving chase to that puck. Nice play by Audrey Donahue there, eluding the 2 Beacon skaters, and now finding Nicole Von Strahlen on an outlet pass. Von Strahlen, toe drag and scores! Nicole Von Strahlen out behind the defense. It was a brilliant entry pass after the Beacons turned it over. Von Strahlen made 1 Beacon miss with a toe drag, and then it was 1-on-1 against Victoria Kennedy. And the 19th shot on goal garners the 2nd goal of the contest for the Golden Flyers. At the 11:08 mark of the 2nd period, And for the fourth time this season, Nicole von Strahlen scoring and knotting this game back up at 2 apiece. Now, if you're just joining us, the Beacons scored Anna Gustafson goal 4 minutes later. Nazareth College had an equalizer. Butters scores right before the end of the first period, and it took 11 minutes, but Nazareth with the equalizer. Let's see if the Beacons next up in the scoring column. Wilbur, a little toe drag, can't get around the defense of Gabriella DeMeo. Gustafson chopping at the puck, can't keep it in the zone. Great sliding attempt there by Melina Maggio, but the puck is lifted up over the stick of Maggio and back into possession for the Golden Flyers. We're tight along the red line here, bodies up against the board. I know Claire Giuliano is one of the 2 Beacons involved. That might be Liz Cramp going down low. And finally, the whistle blows just to clear this one out and give us a new face-off. And no, that was actually Adriana Crepaldi, so great work out of those 2, Giuliano and Crepaldi. As we see here, there's von Strahlen. Just the slightest of toe drags to free up that right-handed shot, and a masterful job slotting it up inside the crossbar for her 4th goal of the season, tying this game back up at 2 apiece. So Abby Luth scored her 3rd goal of the season in the first period, and now Nicole von Strahlen, her 4th goal of the season in period number 2. For the Beaks, Anna Gustafson, that was her 1st goal of the year, and it was the 3rd of the season for Margot Butters. And we're knotted back up at 2 apiece. 28 minutes of hockey left to go here this afternoon. And Nazareth, in terms of the balance of this contest, slightly back in front here. Puck is turned over by the Beacons, back into the offensive zone for the Golden Flyers. Von Strahlen made the play happen by herself last time, and she keeps it on the front foot again. Centering pass, it almost got underneath and through Kennedy, but she reaches down and emphatically puts that glove on it to cover the puck for another faceoff. Speaking of faceoffs, it was looking bleak for the Beacons. They were 5 of 12 through period number 1. Slightly better. We've had 28 draws in this contest. The Beacons are now 11 of 28. Nazareth College, 17 of 28 tonight. It would be a clutch win for the Beacons here. Instead, Hansen plays it right to the Golden Eagles. That shot from the slot deflected. It goes deep into the left corner. Zoe Dupuis first on it for Nazareth College. And now here's Ivy Leiden. She turns it over into the shins of Liz Cramp. You can see the bandage on the forehead of Liz Cramp. But she's a hockey player through and through. Wasn't going to miss the game today. She was able to charge that one into the Golden Flyer zones. And now 2 Nazareth players take each other out. And you have Abby Flanagan and Kate Cassio down on the play. Can the Beacons take advantage of this opportunity? They'll send it in. McKinley Hoff right there to deflect that one away. And that's just the 11th shot on goal for the Beaks today. 9 saves now for McKinley Hoff, but the Beacons have beat her twice. Adriana Crepaldi is playing a whale of a game, keeping that puck moving through neutral ice into the offensive zone. Almost generated a shot on net. Instead, it's behind the net, where Mia Boyd tries to chip it in to Anna Gustafson. Boyd works some space there free, and here's Crepaldi, right wing shot, deflected in front, and it almost got inside the left post. Instead, we'll circle it back out from the point. Shot goes just wide from Gabby Shantz. First to it is Sydney Leonard. Leonard circling, wheeling. It's still on her stick. Tried to pass that one backwards. The Beacons opt for a line change for the offense. They keep the 3-on-D back out there, and they try to spring off the line change. It's in for Adriana Crepaldi. The centering pass doesn't find Hannah McDougall. And now back the other way come the Golden Flyers with Ali Watros and a head full of steam. Watros fending off Gabby Shantz. The puck goes right back to her in the corner. Centering pass to a dangerous location. It's deflected away from Audrey Donahue at the last minute, as Donahue, a true freshman out of Timberlake, Nova Scotia, was bearing in through the middle of the slot. Great last-second deflection for the Beacons, but right now you can definitely feel it in this rink. Nazareth College on the front foot right now. Katie Wilbert lining up across from Morgan Leuenberger. Or no, pardon me, that was Maggie Falsgraf. The 3s and the 8s giving me issues tonight with these gold numbers, and so I apologize. Falsgraf wins that faceoff, but the Beaks are on the puck now. 5:40 left to go in this second period. We're knotted at 2 apiece. Hannah McDougall giving chase. This one gets all the way into McKinley Hoff. And a nice little snow job there from Katie Leonard. And the referee saw that on the backside of the play, and that will be a trip to the sin bin for Abby Luth. Kind of nice to see Katie Wilbur. I don't know if it was intentional snowing of the goalie McKinley Hoff, but Abby Luth, in frustration, comes over and just gives the shiver to Katie Wilbur behind the play. Let's see officially what the call will be here. I'm assuming it's going to just be roughing. Technically, it was a cross-check. But as it is, guilty party on the play, Abby Luth, and the Beacons are 1 for 1 on the power play today. Let's see if they can make it 2 for 2. 5:35 left to go in the second period. They win the faceoff. McDougal gets knocked off her skates, but Buddington plays it right into McDougal on the left side board. They pass it back to Buddington. Righty wrister, it's deflected in front and cleared just barely out of the zone by Olivia Miller-Johnson. Oh, walking it in. Here's Sean, centering pass to McDougal. It was right there, and Hannah can't get her stick to it. What a play by Gabby Shantz, walking that through 2 lines of defense. And Victoria Kennedy wanted to send that one into Allie Riefler. Riefler wasn't ready for it. Normally, Gabby Shantz more of the stay-at-home variety of defender. 2 goals and 4 assists last season. She's yet to record a point in action this year. And she almost set up a beautiful goal for the team captain, Hannah McDougal. McDougal just couldn't slam it into the back of the net. Beacon still with 65 seconds on this power play. It's generated a good look, but now caught out of position. Here comes Wilginen, and she dances around for a goal. McKenna Wilginen, one of the team's captains, 7 goals now on the season. She wrestles back the team lead for the Golden Flyers. And a very timely, short-handed goal by team captain McKenna Wilginen, a senior out of Brighton, Michigan. She scores at the 15:29 mark and does it short-handed, her 7th of the season, putting Nazareth College back up 3-2. Luth, Van Stralen, Wilginen, the 3 goal scorers so far for Nazareth College. It's Gustafson and Butters in the scoring column for the Beaks. But now the Beaks still on the power play. That was a shorthanded goal. Back on it, Butters, wrister. Stick is lost on the play by Wilginen. Butters keeps it in the zone, chops at it. It goes back to Kaylee Kozik. Kozik gonna dance around a Golden Flyer defender. Kaylee Kozik down the left side board. Cut off on the play nicely by Ivy Leiden. And so now Gustafson, she'll take her turn. Miller Johnson winning the puck back for the Golden Flyers, and they'll dump it out. Maybe time for one last offensive rush on the power play for the Beacons, and they had it for a second with Anna Gustafson. It bounces off her stick. Wilbert, shot in front of the net, goes just wide. Gustafson is there. Not only do the Golden Flyers kill off the penalty, they get a goal in the process, and now with 3:25 on a running clock left in the second period, they're on the front foot of this contest, leading 3-2. Allie Watro, she doesn't take a minute off, once again charging down the right side boards. That puck's going to be played offside, and we have a look at this last goal. It's just shoveled ahead by Watros. That's going to be her 2nd assist of the night, and Wilginen had so many options there. You know she's a talented goal scorer. 6 goals already on the season. Look at that, just the simplest of toe drags, getting Victoria Kennedy going to her left. She gets around her and slides it past Kennedy. And what had been a phenomenal start to the action for Victoria Kennedy, slipping by the wayside a little bit, and we had a, how about that? You don't see that too often. The 2 players' face masks getting linked up with each other. So Sydney Leonard, and that's Abby Luth getting to know each other very well on that play. We'll try it again. This time Leonard wins the faceoff. McDougal plays it ahead, and the puck back into the Nazareth College zone. Nazareth College ranked 5th nationally in the Division III hockey standings. Vying for their 7th win of the season, they are 6-1 entering action today. The Beacons at a very solid 4-4 and 3-3 in conference play. This is just the 2nd non-conference game for Nazareth College. And they are at an undefeated 6-0 in their conference play on the season. 0-1 in non-conference play, so they're vying for that first non-conference win. This could help. Abby Luth already a goal today. Big save from Victoria Kennedy, and we'll go back the other way. Maybe Melina Maggio had some trouble momentarily. Gets it out of the zone. And now crashing in towards the puck there was Addie Buddington, trying to move it ahead towards Liz Cramp. Beacons do a nice job getting it at least out of neutral ice, but they can't build a scoring opportunity off of it. Chopped at and kept in by Hansen. Kozik skates onto it. Well, how about this? Kozik flashing down the left side board, leaves it off. Hansen, not the first two. Yeah, she is. She actually wins it back off Ali Fujiyoshi. Fujiyoshi takes a spill. Hansen centers it. A lot of room in the middle, and Boyd's pass, I think she just squeezed the stick a bit too much there, trying to slide that one over towards Liz Cramp. Liz still on it, but it's ultimately won back by Sophia Nortz. And now this puck in no man's land deep in the corner. Cramp had it momentarily. Nortz has it now, slides it ahead. Sydney Garelier can't get to it first. The Beacons can go for a change if they want. Instead, the dump and chase. Cramp applying some pressure, but now it's Adriana Crepaldi on the forecheck. Liz Cramp takes a spill as that puck still loose in the corner. Still loose in the corner. I don't think Cramp can get her stick up on the play. And Sydney Garelier spinning and getting it out of the zone for the Golden Flyers. Fujiyoshi's been out on the ice for the past 2.5 minutes. She looks pretty tired. She's ultimately able to get it out of the zone, and now here's Garelier. It's a pretty hard-fired wrister. It's kicked away from Victoria Kennedy as we have reached the final minute of play in period number 2. Nazareth College 3, UMass Boston 2. That puck stolen in neutral ice by McKenna Wilginen. She already has a goal. Centering pass, and it goes just off the stick of Nicole Von Strahlen. Great attack play here for Nazareth as they were bearing down on the Beacons' defense. Nice touch by Addie Buddington, momentarily getting that puck out of the danger zone. It's played in. Sydney Leonard the first to it, and now Leonard with some toe drags has some momentum here, charging ahead for the Beaks. Leonard carrying it across the blue line and then takes a hard spill in the offensive zone. That's going to take a minute to get back up from here. Let's see if the Beacons have bodies in the right place in defense. McDougal almost forcing a puck free, and instead it's Wilginen again. Back on the puck again for McKenna Wilginen. Big slap shot deflected in front, almost getting past Kennedy. That slap shot coming in for Gabriella DeMeo. DeMeo now applying some pressure, and that will bring us to the end of period number 2. Beacons fighting hard. They were tough task in front of them, trying to hold a 2-1 lead over the 5th-ranked team in the nation. Nazareth College with the answer, scoring 2 second-period goals and taking a 3-2 lead. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, scoring summary and second-period stats. After this on the Beacon Broadcasting Network, brought to you by LittleEast.tv.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
Passion's love.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
The 5-campus UMass system is the university that educates the workforce of Massachusetts. We recognize that we are truly here for a reason, and that recognition inspires us and drives us every single day.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
I believe sportsmanship is it's a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Paris changed my life, and I got there through UMass. Those very specific seminal moments in Paris, the subway. A man in a tuxedo walked in, and a woman in a long gown. And it was stunning. It all hit me. It was like a lightning bolt. There was this world of beauty and style that I wanted to be a part of. That was the beginning of the journey. And that all came through the University of Massachusetts. And that was really a key moment for me. That's one of those moments you never forget.
The University of Massachusetts, Boston. It's just minutes from downtown, and the Princeton Review calls it one of the best values in the country. A nationally recognized institution of academic excellence and research, UMass Boston offers more than 150 undergraduate and graduate programs, 16 Division III sports, and more than 100 student organizations. To learn more about the opportunities waiting for you at UMass Boston, visit in person or online. UMass Boston, a research university with a teaching soul.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Well, welcome back. We are inside the Edward T. Berry Ice Rink. Nazareth College wrestling back the lead from the Beacons in that second period and doing it in impressive fashion. 2 goals, one of them shorthanded by the 2 usual suspects on the offensive attack for the Golden Flyers. Nicole Van Stralen, her fourth goal of the season, just under 9 minutes into the second period, and then a very beautiful shorthanded goal scored by McKenna Wilginen, one of the team captains. Her team-leading 7th goal of the season, and that puts the 6-1 Golden Flyers back up over your 4-4 UMass Boston Beacons by a score of 3-2. We'll take a look at the side-by-side stat comparisons. Now, Nazareth, they held the edge kind of in the overall feel of this contest through one period where they were trailing 2-1. They've more or less now, you look at this optically, and it looks like it's Nazareth's game to win. 11 shots in the second period compared to just 5 for the Beaks. McKenna Hoff, makes all 5 saves on the 5-shot opportunities. Victoria Kennedy, 9 saves. 32 face-offs in that second period. There was a lot of puck whistles dead right in front of the net. Nazareth with a 60-40 edge. They win 20 of the face-off. UMass Boston going 12 of 32. UMass Boston, they were 1 for 1 on the power play in the first period, 0 for 1 in the second period, and Nazareth 0 for 0 on the power play, but 1 for 1 in shorthanded scoring opportunities. There was one penalty committed in the second period, and it was committed by one of the goal scorers, Abby Luth. We mentioned the NEHC scoreboard. There are 2 games happening in the NEHC today. Neither of them have started yet. Elmira at SUNY Plattsburgh in Plattsburgh. That's the alma mater of Coach Blanchard. That game starting at 2 p.m. And then Salem State at Trinity in Hartford, Connecticut. That game at 6 p.m. Very quickly, one last thing we'll take a look at before we go back to the commercial break. The upcoming schedule for the women's ice hockey team. 3 games between now and winter break. On the 2nd, it'll be a road game at Worcester State. That game not starting at 7, but 7:10 p.m. A home game against the Connecticut College Camels on December 6th at 6 p.m. And then one more home game. That'll be a tough test against Vermont's Middlebury at 4 p.m. And then 3 weeks off, and the ladies definitely deserve it. It'll be winter break until New Year's Eve. Just like last period, we look up at the clock, it'll be 7 minutes until we start period number 3. And so we'll give you this opportunity to get up, stretch the legs, maybe use the restroom, take a break. But don't go too far, because in 7 minutes, we will be back with period number 3 on the Beacons Broadcasting Network, brought to you by LittleEast.tv. The score right now, Nazareth College Golden Flyers 3, UMass Boston Beacons 2.
Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
At a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
I'm the first undergraduate alumnus to lead this university. I'm very proud of that. I was literally able to transform my life because of the University of Massachusetts, and I want that for every single student that walks through the door.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he should have had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The University of Massachusetts Boston,
with its scenic oceanfront campus, easily accessible to downtown Boston, is recognized as a model of excellence for urban public universities. 16 NCAA Division III sports are part of the more than 100 student organizations that create an engaging campus life in America's biggest and best college town, UMass Boston, Boston's urban public research university for the 21st century.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III. I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
What separates UMass Boston from other schools is the fact that a large percentage of students commute. For me, it takes 2 hours each day to go to and from school, but every second has been worth it because the students that come here are serious about learning, they value their education, and understand where it'll take them in the future. This is what UMass Boston means to me.
Moving from Turkey, it was a rough journey for me because when you don't really speak the language that well and when you don't really fit in the crowd, it's very easy to disappear. But I decided not to give up, and UMass helped me.
UMass Boston was my first choice because when I came to the campus, I saw that there was a lot of diversity, there's a lot of people. Here there is a lot of international students, so it's really cool to meet people from different countries, different parts of the world. I'm Julia Murphy, I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
I'm Olivia Murphy, I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
We're sisters.
I play volleyball and she plays basketball. Here they have a freshman success community. So each major has their own community that you can join as a freshman, and you take classes with them, you do study groups with them. So it was really helpful getting to know people in your major right away.
So in health exercise sciences, we have an internship at the end, or it's so much better to have an advisor helping you out, telling you which classes to choose.
And we are just seconds away from the start of the third period here. Your Beacons trailing the Nazareth College Golden Flyers 3-2. Hard-fought effort out of the Beacons, playing the number 5 ranked team in the nation. Anna Gustafson, Margot Butters, the 2 goal scorers for the Beaks. Abby Luth, along with Nicole Van Stralen and McKenna Wilginen, the 3 goal scorers for Nazareth College. 40 minutes in, it is a 1-goal lead for the Golden Flyers. Beacons still with life. Nazareth with a 60-40 face-off advantage, but the Beacons with a huge win. They've been continuing to close that gap. They cede 2 goals in the second period, but they stay just as much in the action, and now they have the first puck contained in the zone of the opponent. And that centering pass almost found the stick of Hannah McDougall. Instead, it scatters all the way down to Victoria Kennedy. She'll have to wheel behind her net, hand it off to Addie Buddington, who gets it over to Mia Boyd, and now Boyd takes it out of trouble for the Beacons, who can exhale rather quickly. That puck is going to be played in offsides, and so we'll walk it back to the other side of the blue line, where we will face it off. Through 40 minutes of hockey, the Golden Flyers out shooting the Beaks 37-22. They are out shooting the Beaks accuracy-wise 25-12. So twice as many shots on goal for Nazareth College up to this point. 22 saves from the Beacons' Victoria Kennedy. 10 saves out of McKinley Hoff up to this point for Nazareth College. Liz Cramp tried to chop that one in. Instead, the puck scatters back on the wrong side of the blue line. And so Nazareth is going to have a bit of an uncontested clear. Instead, it's turned over, though. Melina Maggio winning it back into the Beacon zone. They go all the way behind the rear boards. And that's a really nice play by Olivia Miller-Johnson to finally chop that one out of trouble. But back at it because of Emily Hansen taking a spill on the play. Cramp's still on the ice. She's been out there for the first 65 seconds and not looking to come off anytime soon here, as this is Ali Fujiyoshi, the senior defenseman, lofting that one in to nobody in particular. It will be an icing, and so the Beacons, they can change and will. The Golden Flyers going to have 5 tired skaters out there for Nazareth College. It looks like Margot Butters and Claire Giuliano on the defensive line for the Beaks. Katie Wilbert, Anna Gustafson, Adriana Crepaldi, the forwards right now. And it's one backwards on the play. That wasn't Wilbert, pardon me, that was Sydney Leonard. That shot goes wide. Leonard has it in the slot. Leonard wrister, kick save by Hoff. Great test there out of Sydney Leonard. And she gets a good shot on net, but a great blocker save by Hoff. They sped her up a little bit. She still makes it look easy. That's save number 23 on the night for Victoria Kennedy as the puck's still loose behind her. Leonard trying to carry it out of trouble. That one's chipped up, and it does just flutter on into the Beacons bench. And so the face-off outside of the Beacons zone, it'll be in the neutral ice, right side circle. Riefler out there now with Hannah McDougall and Katie Wilbert. This is the de facto top line right now for the Beacons. Trying to apply some pressure in this, the first 2 minutes of period number 3, but they turn it over. Corsica Skabinski going to chop it on into Morgan Leuenberger, who gives chase. Nifty play there by Mia Boyd, but she can't fully direct it out of trouble. And now here's Hannah McDougall, one-on-one. Puck's kind of just chipped away there by Ivy Leiden. She didn't ever seem tested too hard on that play. And a nice, calm clearing of the zone by the Golden Flyers. So now it's Mia Boyd again. 2 upstate New York natives there as Boyd, the Buffalo native, tried to pass that one over to Allie Riefler, the Binghamton native. Riefler can't corral the pass, and now here comes Abby Luth. She has a goal today, but she turns that one over at neutral ice, and this carobs all the way back into Golden Flyers territory. Now it's in neutral ice here as it's along the left side board. Emily Hansen crashing in, and now Hansen has a player to her left in Kozik. It's saved by Hoff. The rebound goes behind the net. Hansen was trying to wheel that one in towards Cramp. Kozik is on it. Has Gabby Schatz along the blue line. Shams opts to send it in. Cramp first to it. Liz spinning back. Liz Cramp now on the red line. Back to the net, but she's still dancing. Left-handed shot. It's deflected in front. It got all the way into McKinley Hoff, who has had to make 4 saves now in this, the start of the third period, but she's 4 for 4, standing strong for the Golden Flyers, and we'll have a face-off in front. It's Emily Hansen heading back into the center circle, lined up across from Nicole von Strahlen, pardon me. Nazareth wins it. Gabby Schatz had a chance at it. It's turned over in front, and a big glove save by McKinley Hoff. That was Emily Hansen on the doorstep, vying for goal number 2, and McKinley Hoff has been put to work. 5 saves already in the first 3:23 of period number 3. You gotta like what you're seeing if you're a Beacons fan here, as they have kept this puck in the Golden Flyers zone and have been peppering the goalie McKinley Hoff with shots. Player lost her stick there, but it's still loose. It gets all the way out to Adriana Crepaldi. Once again, another shot on goal, calmly gloved away by McKinley Hoff. Now, we mentioned McKinley Hoff before this broadcast got started. She is a junior out of Anchorage, Alaska. In 17 games played, she had a goals against average of just .57 coming into action today with a 96% career save percentage and a 13-1-0 record. All of that just hard to fathom. The Beacons get 2 past her, but she's really coming back alive now here in the latter stages of this contest. Beacons, both of their goals were back in the first period. Puck deflected. It's loose at the feet of Fujiyoshi. She swings it all the way over to Audrey Donahue, but Donahue can't get to it in time. This one's loose. Kennedy, you gotta love to see that. She covers the puck up and uses the free right hand to throw the stick at Maggie Faltzgraff as if just a warning to say, hey, I'm on the puck. Get away from me. You always love a very good, authoritative goaltender. And Victoria Kennedy, she is that in spades. And she plays with a lot of spunk, too. It's her net. She's an emotional player out there. And you've got to think the Beacons feed off of that energy in net for Victoria Kennedy. Not large in stature. 5'3", but a 5'3" giant between the pipes for the Beaks. Dangerous play there as Katie Wilbur takes a spill in front of the Nazareth College bench. And Margot Butters not quick to it. Almost in a dangerous spot as Van Stralen was bearing down on the net, but instead the Beacons do win the puck. And Emma Webster loses it to Van Stralen. It's still loose in front, and Kennedy sprawls on it. I don't know how the puck got to that spot in neutral ice. The first 3.5 minutes of this third period belong to the Beaks, but the past 60 seconds have been all Nazareth and the Golden Flyers now with the face-off at the right side circle of their offensive zone here. Abby Flanagan wins it back. Shots deflected at the point by Liz Cramp, and she's trying to shake that one off. It hit her left wrist. You can see she's favoring her left wrist right now. Just a player that can't seem to get away from the puck in the form of Liz Cramp. Great chop on the back end there by Emily Hansen, freeing the puck. And now Cramp skates it out of trouble, head full of steam. Nice little move there. She ultimately loses it, but Kaylee Kozik amongst bodies in the right side corner fighting for the puck. Player loses an edge there, and it's Emily Haratani. So here come the Beacons. Spinning, room in front, backhander! No, it's saved by McKinley Hoff. Once again, Emily Hansen vying on the doorstep, and 7 straight saves to start period number 3 for McKinley Hoff. The Beacons could muster just 10 shots on goal in the game's first 40 minutes, but have put 7 shots on goal in the past 5:15. And another offensive zone draw here with the Beaks trailing by 1. A dangerous opportunity to tie this puppy back up. Instead, it's still loose, and a player taking a spill there was Maggie Faltzgraff. She had uneven numbers in her favor and just took a spill. And now the puck turned over, and it is played in offsides. And so we'll walk it back a couple of feet and do it again. Face-off numbers were looking bleak for the Beacons. We have a look here as Emily Hansen with a toe drag was able to wrap that backhand around in a huge save for McKinley Hoff. Yeah, faceoffs were looking bleak for the Beacons. They won just 5 of the 17 faceoffs in the first period. Doing a bit better now in terms of overall numbers. They have won 17 faceoff. Nazareth College with 26 center circle wins. Heady play there by Melina Maggio just to push that puck across the blue line. And another player taking a spill. That's the second time we've seen Ali Watros lose it on her own accord. But it actually opens up some space along the right sideboard. That shot flicked in by Olivia Miller-Johnson. It gets deflected, and now, Audrey Donahue through traffic. It's deflected in by Wilginen, but the save is made by Victoria Kennedy, but it's still loose. The backhand in by Van Stralen, no. Chopped in, and that one goes just wide on the entry feed from Fujiyoshi. Back again to Audrey Donahue. Around the back they go. Van Stralen. Room in front. They go all the way back out to Fujiyoshi, who sends it in off the backboards. Van Stralen wheeling around. She has a lot of space in the slot. Wrister, it's saved by Victoria Kennedy, who saw it because it hit her dead square in the face mask. Hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and that one beats everybody except the iron on the face mask of Victoria Kennedy. It'll be her 25th save of the evening, and it'll give the Beacons a chance to catch their breath as Victoria Kennedy just trying to keep her bearings straight. She has to check the equipment on the helmet and make sure the helmet's still good after taking that puck so squarely right in the grill. But it is save number 25 for the junior out of Winthrop, Massachusetts. And the Beacons, their 18th face-off win of the night, now tasked with clearing the zone. They can't do it. Instead, that was Corsica Skabinski going all the way in on Kennedy. Easy save for Kennedy, but the Beacons, while clearing the zone, no, they are in a good spot. Here's Liz Cramp flashing in down the left side board. Toe drag and a great play on the defensive end by Gabriella DeMeo. She doesn't get sped up, and she takes it right back off the stick of Liz Cramp. Ivy Leiden. Cross ice pass, looking up in the direction of Leuenberger, and she gets it with 3 Beacons around her before opting for the dump and chase. Skabinski sticking around there on the back check, and it actually knocks Emma Webster off her skates, and here's Allie Watros. That's kicked away by Victoria Kennedy. She throws the stick out, stops that scoring chance before it ever gets started. Kozik doesn't have much help, so she'll dump and chase, and the Beacons changing it out. 12-12 left on a running clock here. Nazareth College still holding that 1-goal lead. They got it with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the second period thanks to a short-handed goal scored by McKenna Wilginen, her team leading 7th of the year. And here's Allie Watros, 2 assists on the afternoon, but a great defensive play by Margot Butters, holding her line and knocking the stick free. But trailing the play, Fujiyoshi, and it got through Kennedy, but it scurries just wide. Allie Fujiyoshi with the huge slap shot on the blue line. It got through, but it stays out of the net. That's a wake-up call if you needed one for the Beacons defense, and Riefler kicks that puck back into the zone. Great play there by Katie Wilbert, skating it out of trouble, and the late whistle. The referee's saying that puck was played offsides. I don't understand the timing of that whistle as everybody was away from the play already. You could see Katie Wilbert asking, was that whistle even necessary? And now Coach Blanchard letting her feelings be felt as she has something to say for the 2 referees in front of her. Really no harm, no foul, as all that is a blue line face-off, but it is won by Nazareth, and they send it back into the offensive zone. While losing her footing on the play and taking a hard spill was Gabby Shantz. Gets back onto her skates with some help from Sydney Leonard, and now Leonard tasked with moving the puck out of the zone. Nice play by Fujiyoshi to keep it in, but she plays it right back to Sydney Leonard. Leonard and Crepaldi teaming up at the blue line now, trying to gain entry into the Golden Flyers zone. Heady play there to whack at it and keep it in by Claire Giuliano, but ultimately this puck warping around the backboards. And McKenna Wilginen, for a split second, looked like she was sprung free on a breakaway. The puck doesn't get to her quickly enough. It's a Golden Flyers turnover, but then a bad touch from Anna Gustafson. Almost an even worse touch there on the play by Haratani. But she survives to tell the tale of that one as the Beacons turn it back over. And now it's loose in neutral zone, and crashing in is the aforementioned Emily Haratani for the Golden Flyers. She looks back in the direction of Leiden, and it gets through Ivy Leiden. Nice defensive presence for Kaylee Kozik this past minute here as she's been charging up on the defensive end out of her normal right wing spot. This puck turned over. Haratani can't get to it quickly enough, but it's still in a dangerous position for Gabriella DeMeo. One of the team captains, a grad student out of Hamburg, New York, on the puck in the right corner. Back out towards the blue line. Watros steps into it. It's deflected by Kozik. You can tell the Beacons have some tired skaters out there. They are able to get one change in for Hansen as Katie Wilbert comes on, and now the rest of the line change executed for the Beaks. 5 fresh skaters right now as Margot Butters shoveled that one towards Wilbert. She can't corral it along the left side boards. Great deflection on the play by Allie Riefler, just poking her stick out there. Kennedy, in an uncomfortable position, whacks at it. That centering pass, not to anyone in particular for Nazareth, and back we go the other way. This is not going to be an icing play, so everyone giving chase. Wilbert meeting Kate Cassio. Cassio puts the nice angled pass out of trouble and onto the stick of the freshman Mia Boyd, who walks it back behind the Beacons net. Golden Flyers 3, Beacons 2. 8:55 left on a running clock here at the Edward T. Berry Ice Rink. This is the 15th annual Codfish Bowl and the 3rd place game. And now the Beacons going to have a chance with an extra attacker here with the delayed penalty. And they lose it right there as Emma Webster takes a spill. That was a very well-coordinated effort between Coach Blanchard and the goalie, Victoria Kennedy, right as the player comes on. They take a spill. And the Beacons lose it there. There's another look at the hard-charging slapper that was sent in from Ali Fujiyoshi. It got through everybody, including Victoria Kennedy, but as you saw, it scurried just wide of the post, and so the score remains 3-2. Beacons win the draw here, and a lot of bodies around that center circle. As you see Anna Gustafson, or pardon me, that's Ali Riefler chasing in. The puck chips up. Gabby Shantz with her skate tangled up with a player on the Golden Flyers. She takes a spill, but she's first on the puck deep in the right corner. Riefler behind the net. Riefler centers it. It goes back to Buddington. Buddington hands it off. McDougal. Across they go. Gabby Shantz, wrister. It beats Hoff, and no, the rebound not there for Hannah McDougal. That wrister getting over the shoulder of McKinley Hoff, and it was on the doorstep for Hannah McDougal. The Beacons, they are testing the star goaltender McKinley Hoff today. A very nice effort out of this young Beacons team lining up against the number 5 ranked team in college hockey at the D3 level. Still a minute left on this power play, but the Beacons have to get it in the zone and keep it in the zone. And so Kaylee Kozik charging down the right wing, has a step on the defender, closing in at the last second. Kate Cassio knocks the puck free from Kaylee. And so the Beacons have to regroup to get it out of the zone. Katie Wilbert cannot field the pass from Margot Butters. Can't field it cleanly, I should say. And Kozik looks ahead again. Hansen looking for some room, can't find any, and so now Butters, with a Nazareth College Golden Flyer bearing down on her, gets the pass ahead to Kozik. The Beacons are able to carry it into the zone, just 22 seconds left on the power play. Ali Watros in the penalty box here. That one deflected in front from Cramp. It doesn't get past Hoff. 10 seconds left in this power play. Maybe one more rush on the net. Instead, it's one out of the corner by Gabriella DeMeo. She gets it out of trouble, and it is another penalty killed by the Nazareth College Golden Flyers. They allow a goal on the first Beacons penalty, or on the first Beacons power play, and have shut the door on the next 2 PKs. And now here's Van Stralen. Dancing in, and the save is made by Kennedy. That one goes high off the right shoulder. My goodness, is Nicole Van Stralen a goal-scoring threat? As once again, Nazareth College keeping it in their zone. Riefler charging in. And Riefler gets that one out of the zone. Great individual effort by the right winger, Ali Riefler, but the puck is still loose. Ali Watros dancing, gets it around Margot Butters. Wrists it high and wide, it misses everything. Kept in by Maggie Falsgraf, or pardon me, this is McKenna Wilginen. Cross-ice pass, deflected by Hannah McDougal. Goes down low to Skabinski. Skabinski skated off the puck by Margot Butters. And back behind the net, the Beacons go. It's turned over, though, in a dangerous spot, but Skabinski can't do anything with it. Butters has put in some massive effort for the Beacons on the defensive end. She clears it to Riefler. Riefler can't keep the offensive drive alive, but just gives the Beacons a second to exhale. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in this contest. The Beacons had a big opportunity with a Watros penalty. It only leads to one scoring opportunity and one shot on net, but here's Katie Wilbert, trailed by Kaylee Kozik. Wilbert carries it in, turns it back, centered it, and wow, Kozik was there on the doorstep. It got through everybody. No shot registered. Wilbert pokes it free, working for it now. Cramp in the right corner. Cramp slides it out to the blue line. Walked in wrister. It's underneath some bodies. No one really sees it. Puck is still loose. Cramp on it. Boyd chasing it in. And finally danced out of trouble there by the Golden Flyers. But not for long as Kozik lofted that in towards Wilbert. Wilbert gets tripped up along the blue line, and so that will be an offside. And that's the second time that it looks like Katie Wilbert has gotten personally wronged by the offside ruling there. She got tripped on the play. Didn't seem to affect the play. Didn't seem like a necessary whistle, but once again, we'll walk it back out of the Beacon zone. Nazareth College, the 5th-ranked team nationally at the Division III level. 3 goals today, but locked in a tussle right now against your UMass Boston Beacons. Wilbert chopping in on defense. Cramp pokes it free. And the Beaks have it underneath. No, they don't. It's turned over, and back out of trouble is Abby Watros directing traffic, a pass towards Maggie Fallsgraf. And look at this, Fallsgraf by herself down the right side board, fields some contact. Save is made by Victoria Kennedy. And I'm just trying to see what happened on that play there as Maggie Fallsgraf skating herself out of trouble. And an escort personally to the bench. Wow, that happened right in front of the referee. That looked like a retaliation play. And no penalty on Fallsgraf. Instead, they skate her out of trouble there. She takes a hard spill into the net. Big face-off win for Nazareth, but they turn it over, and the Beaks walking it out of trouble. Allie Riefler pokes it ahead. Hannah McDougall couldn't corral it, and so now once again Nazareth College behind the action. Allie Riefler walking it in. Look at this, 2-on-1 for the Beaks, and the save is made by McKinley Hoff. Wow, what a huge opportunity. It just materialized out of nothing for the Beaks. Riefler has been all over the place. Butters trying to test McKinley Hoff. She doesn't have it too cleanly. She'll hold it against her chest plate, and that will take us to a stoppage in play. Whew. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here in this third period. In this, the third place game of the 15th annual Codfish Bowl. UMass Boston fighting admirably against the number 5th ranked team nationally, the Nazareth College Golden Flyers. Still on the doorstep here. 19 shots on goal, 9 of them taken here in the third period. The Beacons came into period number 3 with just 10 shots on goal, scoring on 2 of them. 9 shots on net so far. But here's the ever-dangerous Allie Watros, again with a head full of steam down the middle of the ice. Oh, and a hard spill taken into the boards by Claire Giuliano. But she does just enough to get that one off the stick of Watros and force Nazareth to reset their approach. That one hacked in on the play by Abby Luth. No one on the receiving end, and we are down to the final 3 minutes in this contest. Nazareth, 3 minutes away from moving to 7-1 on the season. The Beaks, 3 minutes to try and knot this game up and force overtime. Nazareth playing in an OT game yesterday, losing to Bowdoin College, as that one, difficult bounce into Kennedy. They don't blow the play dead. Both teams get their line changes in, and here comes Mia Boyd. Oh, she had Emily Hansen. If she was able to turn and keep it on the stick, the Beacons really had something there. A bit of a hand pass by Mia Boyd, and now Leuenberger for a split second was through the defense. Uh-oh, this is Korska Skabinski dancing on through, but she turns it over backwards. Liz Cramp applying pressure. Nice play by Nazareth to get it off the stick of Cramp, and now finally maintaining possession with Kate Cassio. 2 minutes, 9 seconds on the running clock. This one's turned over, deflected, no! Saved by McKinley Hoff, and it scurries wide. Addie Buddington had a legitimate scoring chance. This is centered in, it's chipped up. McDougall keeps it alive, Cramp back to the net. Everything legal on that play, so Cramp with her back to the net. We have Victoria Kennedy is off. Extra attacker in the form of Katie Wilbert. Coach Blanchard opting for the extra man with 1:45 left to go. That one's sent in front. Cramp and Hansen chasing in. Hansen back to the net. Hansen over to Boyd. Boyd fans. That's a bad time to do it. Haratani has some room, and now this is Leuenberger, and she scores. Wow, the Beacons, they were generating some chances. The puck was in a dangerous spot, and a poorly timed turnover leads to what looks to be the game-winning goal, scored by the senior out of Freeland, Michigan, Morgan Leuenberger. It's an empty net goal at the 18:31 mark. It is Morgan's first of the season and her third goal in 53 career games. So kudos to Leuenberger getting career goal number 3 in career game number 53. It is an empty net goal, and that looks to do it for the Nazareth College Golden Flyers. We still have 80 seconds left to play here. Victoria Kennedy back in net. Interesting to see if they will opt to pull her again. Funny, Nazareth College with 4 goals, 2 even strength, 1 shorthanded, 1 empty net. Only thing they haven't gotten is a power play goal. 1 minute left to go here as Sydney Leonard applying some pressure down the left sideboard. Julia Holmes, though, clears it out. And all the way out of the zone, and Katie Wilbert has to go all the way back behind the red line at her far side board to get that one out of trouble. This one chipped dangerously in front of the net. Hansen had it for a second. She loses it. The Golden Flyers just content with keeping that one dug in the corner and winding some time. And we'll take a look here at the goal. Unfortunately, Mia Boyd, it's going to come down to her on that. It was always a tough task when you're the point player in an empty net situation. You can't let the puck get behind you. Mia saw a great pass opportunity, but flubbed on the pass, and the subsequent turnover leads to Leuenberger skating in uncontested for the empty net goal. Final 30 seconds of action here, as the Beacons maybe just trying to add one more to the tally sheet. McDougall dancing on in, toe drag through, puts a shot in, it doesn't find anybody. Wilbert skating behind the net. Cleared out of trouble by Ivy Leiden. She walks it ahead. Down the right side board come the Golden Flyers. Maggie Faltzgraf with just 8 seconds left, trying to kill the rest of the time here. Leiden skates back onto it. She'll send it into the net. No icing, and so that will do it. The number 5 ranked Golden Flyers of Nazareth College move to 7-1 on the season. With the loss, UMass Boston falls to 4-5. The final score in the Edward T. Berry Ice Rink, the Nazareth College Golden Flyers 4, your UMass Boston Beacons 2. We'll take a quick break and come back with the game's finals, scoring summary, and the 3 stars of the game after this on the Beacon Broadcasting Network, brought to you by LittleEast.tv.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III. I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
What separates UMass Boston from other schools is the fact that a large percentage of students commute. For me, it takes 2 hours each day to go to and from school, but every second has been worth it because the students that come here are serious about learning, they value their education, and understand where it'll take them in the future. This is what UMass Boston means to me.
Moving from Turkey, it was a rough journey for me because when you don't really speak the language that well and when you don't really fit in the crowd, it's very easy to disappear. But I decided not to give up, and UMass helped me.
UMass Boston was my first choice because when I came to the campus, I saw that there was a lot of diversity, there's a lot of people. Here there's a lot of international students, so it's really cool to meet people from different countries, different parts of the world. I'm Julia Murphy, I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
I'm Olivia Murphy, I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
We're sisters. I play volleyball and she plays basketball. Here they have a freshman success community. So each major has their own community that you can join as a freshman, and you take classes with them, you do study groups with them. So it was really helpful getting to know people in your major right away.
So in health exercise sciences, we have an internship at the Answer. It's so much better to have an advisor helping you out, telling you which classes to choose.
People at UMass Boston, they're here because they know they can have an impact. Not just on research, but on people, on their students.
This is just a starting point. It only has potential to grow, and it has a big potential to grow up.
You're really having a direct impact on people's lives, and you can see that now, and you can see that years from now.
So I think it's becoming like the place that people want to go.
What UMass Boston is able to offer to its young people certainly stands out to that mission that was set right out in the beginning. It's something UMass Boston should be and can be very proud about.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III. I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
And we are back. The game has gone final here at the Edward T. Berry Ice Rink. The third place game concluded for the 15th annual Codfish Bowl, and it is the Nazareth College Golden Flyers winning third. They beat your Beacons by a score of 4-2. Here's the whole scoring summary. The Beacons got off to a good start. 2 goals in the first period. Anna Gustafson, her first of the year. Abby Butters, her third of the year, Margot Butters, third of the year on the power play. Abby Luth, her third of the year as well for Nazareth College. But the Beacons ended period number 1 with a 2-1 lead. 2 goals for Nazareth College really changed the face of the game. Nicole Van Stralen, her 4th of the season, 9 minutes into the second period. And then with the Beacons actively threatening on a power play, McKenna Wilginen forces a turnover, dangles around the Beacons defense, and scores what was ultimately the game-winning goal with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the second period. She did it shorthanded. One final goal in the third period, and it was that empty netter scored by Morgan Leuenberger, her first of the season. Final stats-wise, the Beacons hung in there, but as you can see, Nazareth held the edge in this contest. 37 shots on goal for the Golden Flyers, 23 for the Beacons. Victoria Kennedy making 33 saves tonight. McKinley Hoff, 21 saves. Nazareth, sizable advantage in the face-off circle. They win 32 out of 51. The Beacons with just 19. Finally, it took 9 games to get there, but the Beacons do capitalize on a power play. 1 of 3. Nazareth had just 1 power play. They went 0 of 1. As you can see, that bottom line, very clean game. Well, I don't know if it was a very clean game, but there were not a lot of whistles. Just 1 penalty committed by the Beaks and 3 committed by the Golden Flyers. Time for the 3 stars of this contest. And the Beacons with 1, the 3rd star of the contest, Margot Butters. She scored that beautiful power play goal, was a force on the defensive end all night long. She is the game's 3rd star. The game's 2nd star, Morgan Leuenberger, playing on the 2nd line today, having a very efficient game offensively on the left wing. She has played 53 career games for the Golden Flyers, and she scored just her 3rd career goal today. It was her 1st of the season. It put the game away, making it a score of 4-2. The number 1 star of the contest, McKenna Wilginen, was everywhere for the Golden Flyers today, scoring her team-leading 7th goal of the season. It was the game winner. She scored it shorthanded, and she led all players with 6 shots on goal today. You can see right there the next game will be on the Beacon Broadcasting Network, and it will not feature any Beacons. It is the championship game of the Codfish Bowl between Bowdoin College and the Mules of Colby College. That'll get started in about an hour from right now. One quick look at the upcoming schedule for the women's hockey team. As we pull that up, remember there are only 3 games between now and winter break. Worcester State on December 2nd, not at 7, but 7:10, and then 2 home games. You can watch them on the Beacon Broadcasting Network versus the Connecticut College Camels at 6 p.m. on the 6th, and then a game against the Middlebury Panthers at 4 p.m. on the 10th. And that will do it for us here. The Beacons fight hard, but they fall to 4-5 on the season, losing 2-4 to the Nazareth College Golden Flyers. For Georgia Bonney, for Allie Crawford, for Mary Jo Murphy, and for Gina and Elena Albano, I am Chris Del Sordo. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this afternoon. And join us again on our next Beacon Broadcasting Network.